All right, live here with another Senior Bowl interview. I got Jha'Quan Jackson, the wideout of Tulane. First off, I'll ask, how's the whole week been for you? How's the process been, and the environment at the Senior Bowl been like for you?
Thank you for having me. It's been great. Can't really complain about it. But at the end of the day, Jim gave me and other guys opportunity, and I know none of us going to take advantage. We will regret doing what we're doing. Just amazing to be out here and just show our talents. At the end of the day, you got to think about it. It's another opportunity to play football in front of all 32 teams and just get a look and show them what you do best. But it's been ups and downs. Just getting here. I left Sunday morning 3 o'clock, went to Atlanta, and then went to Mobile, Alabama. Then when we first got here, we were just taking tests all day, but wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, then probably go sleep by 12. So it's a quick turnaround. It's a new thing. I probably say it's worse than fall camp, but at the end of the day, it's a good adjustment to the professional level and how they do things. So really can't complain about it.
Well, I mean, that's quite a hefty process for you. But I'll ask, as you prepare for the months ahead for the draft and everything, what's like one part of your game that you're trying to either focus on or, specifically in practice or drills that you're really trying to do as we approach the draft in April?
Probably my best thing I want to work on is press coverage. I played a lot in the slot. I had times outside and inside, but mostly it was in the slot. So at the end of the day, that's my number one goal. Everything else, I know you're not gonna be perfect playing football. You're gonna have mistakes and all of that, but it's how you overcome the mistakes.
Right, and one of your strengths that I noticed not only on tape but this week is kind of your quickness and your ability to separate. You create a lot of missed tackles. So I'll ask, like, what training have you done to make this such a big strength in your game?
First of all, I would get to shout out to my guy Derek back home. He's got a disability. He kind of deaf and partially blind. But he can see a little bit at the end of the day, probably in daylight. So working out with him and just making sure that I hit the lever each and every week to build that breaking tackle so my legs will be strong. And shout out to the other guys who I train with. There's a lot of guys that I train with. I can't name all of them.
Is this guy Derek? Is he a trainer or a close friend? Is he some
close friend since I was a freshman in high school? He stuck with me since freshman when I was nobody at that time. So I really give kudos to him because sticking with me from being freshman to now is really a blessing. And at the time when I was a freshman, he wasn't blind at that time. You know what I mean? It started to dawn on him as he got older. But I respect him, talk to him each and every day, and big ups to him.
And then last question, kind of more fun on the funnier side. A couple of years ago, you were given the nickname ATM, the automatic touchdown maker. Can you tell us how that originated and the whole meaning behind the nickname and whatnot?
I would say ATM stands for automatic touchdown maker. I always found myself in the end zone. So, every time I get in the end zone, it's open 24/7, cashing out.
Jha'Quan, thank you so much for the interview. Wish the best of nothing to you in the draft process, okay?
Thank you.